Good morning. How are you? I'll try and steady the camera there. Um, Again, gorgeous weather here in the Northwest, and welcome to Let. I'll move this where it's not moving all over the place. Bear with me. There we go. Welcome to Let the Paint Dry. Welcome to the 10-minute Instagram podcast. Just thinking about, I was looking through these magazines this morning from 1920, 28, 29. What a way to trigger yourself. I had to stop. I got through one. And just the beginning 100 years ago, the narrative that was going in the culture for white comfort and for resources and for the advertisements for every little thing that you can possibly have a issue with, they had a solution for. And then I was looking at the tools they were selling. They were selling like toilets to jacks to soup, everything you can. And they had a narrative and a story behind it, an illustration, like some artist that had actually painted illustrations. Some of them are so painful to look at as a black person today. And then seeing how much today is still the same. So we got to get in our bodies. I can't stay there in that place. But thinking about the system and how that, we got to sing. Oh, buddy, whoa, buddy, booty, yago, yaga, gaga, go. Your body, da, do, ya, de, da, do, ye, go, da, da, do, ye, go, da, da, do, ye, go, da, da, do. Yego da da do, boy ga da do, yoro yoro, yo do do do, yo do. Yeah, da da. Ancestors, I hear your call. Ancestors, I hear your call. We know. We know, we know. Take up space, take up space. It is your right. It is your right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Take up space. It is your right. Thinking abstractly and literally taking up space and then the circumference of my black body and my blackness to the system. Everything is so curated. You know, we here in America, here in Washington, here in Lacey, there's a lot of history right here of things that have been done. So my existence is a form of reclamation. My existence with how I move and who I relate to. And being that I'm a human being that doesn't give birth, it's a different set of challenges. I don't want to say less or more. I don't think that's useful, because there's so many challenges that if you're able to give birth to another human being, that what you do with your body gets policed in a very either aggressive way or passive way, and culturally. But just looking at the system and how I choose to relate to the system, there's very clear narratives and expectations of what should be done and what I should be doing. And so I'm just mulling that over. And really, as an artist, when you show up to the canvas as a black man, that's like an act of terrorism, because that was not supposed to be an option for you. You were supposed to be an apparatus to the state, a support system, a cog in the support system, a functioning tool in the support system of the greater good of white insecurity, whiteness. So you're doing an act of terrorism when you step to a canvas or a sculpture or a camera, or don't even start thinking about conceptual modern art, contemporary art. When you step to that as a person of color and speak from intellect, a podcast like this is an act of terrorism, treason, stepping out of line, still to this day. When you look at those paintings, and I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get off of it, and you look at the social status of black people 100 years ago and the social status now, it's scary how similar, and how some of the things we're still doing the same things. We're still in the same place. That shit's scary. It's not scary. It's hurtful. It's very painful. Yabo go 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 yedo. So just it makes it more urgent and more joyful that I step to the canvas today. And I'm gonna step to it. I have several little canvases. I have some really cool shirts coming. They're in the wash now. And then I have some drying because they have to set with the color stay. You have to put them in a color stay or color fix, and then they dry, and then you wash them from there. And then I think I'm going to stamp them as well. So incredible stuff. But I'm going to step to the canvas and I'm going to sort it out. I'm going to sort out the things that need to be sorted out. And for me, I'm feeling this pooling of, do I deal with like where we are historically, or do I go into the fantasy world? And I think I drift into the fantasy world in a lot of my paintings because of the reality of who was having a good time now and 100 years ago, and what that reality of that. And it's like, I had someone ask me about digging deeper into my paintings and my art, and starting to talk about those things, like the psychological state that you're in as a black person. And that gets dangerous for me. That gets like, I'll have to go see somebody, and I can't, who do I find? Where do I find a black counselor, right? That is older than me, old enough to hold my shit. So we're going to let this art do what it does. But we're at 10 minutes. Go in love. Walk in love. Let the paint dry in your life. Do work that matters. And I love you. Black Man in the Garden.